going on?
Goals. Heavy.
No
Heavy.
way!
Heavy. No.
I can't, mate. I need to wet myself.
Oh, dear. What? No! Mr. Bain! Huh. Oh. 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 What do you think? No! Cheers, love.
Call me. Ah. It's Thursday. It's 5 past 8, and it's the Big Detecting Show. Good evening, Adrian.
Hello, David. How are you? All right, mate?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, tickety-boo, thank you. Even better, next week I'm going on holiday, and we're doing a live stream from the beach.
We are. Live detecting stream from the beach, perhaps.
Yep. Hopefully, detecting next week, 8 o'clock on the Isle of Wight.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
Do you know there used to be a YouTuber that we put on the Archaeology Metal Detecting magazine? Can't remember what he was, but he was an Isle of Wight detectorist YouTube channel. But I think he disappeared ages ago.
Julian? Was it a guy called Julian?
Honestly can't remember.
He wrote an article, his club wrote a big article in Treasure Hunting magazine a couple of years ago. So, very good. And it's coming to Rome as well this week.
It's coming to Rome. It's coming to Rome.
Yes. I can tell from my son who went down the pub at 4 o'clock to watch it and stumbled home at 10:30. Oh, Dad, we won. It's like, Christ, it's not the World Cup. But he's young, isn't he? So they've never had it before, have they? So, but anyway.
And you're not actually in the studio tonight, are you?
Nope.
Let's have a look around.
I'm in just outside Ayia Napa, in a private villa, and I've currently got Michael Jackson's manager with me. She'd like to say hello. No, I haven't really. I'm in my garden. So, yeah, just in my garden.
Outside broadcasting, marvellous.
Yep.
John Clayton says that you look like you're getting younger every week. It's definitely the outside light, isn't it?
Pure heroin. As long as you get it on the NHS.
Botox.
It does-
Obviously, you're
and
Botox.
Botox. Well, I live in Essex, so so I do look younger. No, it's the light. It's the light. And they do say the television camera puts a few pounds on you because what am I, 9.5 stone, Dave?
No, that's me.
6'4"? Oh no, that's my legs.
I'm
but yeah.
I'm actually 12 stone. Sorry, 12 stone. That's better. Good evening to everybody in the chat room already. Diggers UK, Scott Gimme DeBay, the ever so lovely Miss Kerry Fuller, Gareth Howard, Nick Metal Detecting, Alan Hides, Chris Bailey from Diggers Dips, or Jordan, or someone from Diggers Dips, John Clayton, Pomsey Metal Detecting. I met him at Detectival a couple of weeks ago, and he did explain to me about Pomsey, and I can't remember what. Explaining what he put on some, I can't remember. Anyway, Tony Hines, the ever so lovely, also Mrs. Karen Becker.
Lovely.
That's young. You seen that picture of Scott's there, Scott Holden? His profile picture. He's just messaged me and said he was 16 when that was taken, and you could tell really because there was no sparkly imagery crap going on. Mark Lockwood, XP, and Mark Adamson. Good evening. So, Adrian, it's been a busy old week again.
Yes.
Work-wise for all of us, because we have real lives that unfortunately we have to do.
I love my job.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No, I do. I love my boss, but not like that. So no, it's been a busy week, and hopefully the weather's getting well. It's sunny down here. Oh,
and
yeah.
also, Treasure Hunter magazine, your August edition is out now. Mine's just come through the post. I've not even had a chance to. Well, all I've done is take the cellophane off. In fact, I might just have a read now. Oh, full steam ahead.
Yes, 92 pages. You can go to treasurehunting.co.uk. You can buy one copy, or you can subscribe and save. But yeah, it's still the UK's biggest selling metal detecting magazine, possibly because I write for it, not.
Well, because you are the... Yeah, we won't go there tonight.
No, don't go there, Dave. And Mr. Julian Evan Hart, who I was meant to be seeing tomorrow night for a beer, but I'm actually been called out on an emergency. One of my friend's wife's best friend, sadly her husband passed away a couple of years ago, and just before he died he bought her a bangle on her wrist, and it had an imprint of his fingerprint in silver on it or something. So she's lost it in 2 acres of sort of fairly short grass. So I'm going out tomorrow night with a mate to look and see if we can find it for her, which will be lovely if I can give
Absolutely.
that back to her. I will find it. I'm going to start at 4 in the afternoon and finish when it gets dark, but I hope to find it.
What would you do if you actually found a hoard? While looking for the bangle, you found a hoard.
If I found a hoard, I'd probably fill it back in because of all the grief that a lot of people get with hoards. It is a lovely thing and it's something we all dream about, but there is a lot of grief involved in it, like the press, the media. One that was found not so far away from me, it was all turned against the guy, and other people who found hoards, they get all the press and media, and then you got to sit and wait for a year or 2 or 3 or 4. But I would like to find one. But I don't know. I'd like to find something that was very relevant to our history. So a fibula that was like that big, or that big man's skull that was found in China. Dragon Man. Like it had a massive skull. I'd like to find something that was like...
You had a massive what?
Skull.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah.
And those who are watching new to the show, in fact, we've got one new viewer there. I don't think we've had a viewer from this country before. Metal detecting tours in Georgia. Good evening from Georgia. Hello.
That sounds very interesting. Ooh. British people, well, obviously not with COVID, but it'd be lovely.
And don't forget to download the Just Detect app today. It's free. To record your time. It's well over 1,000 people, I think, on there now.
Just over 2 weeks.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
and it is well, I know Scott's still working on it behind the scenes, and the team again behind it are still adding other ideas and such like to it as well. So Anyway, shall we bring on tonight's guest?
Ah, Mr. Shane. Yes, Holdcroft.
Shane
Yes,
Holdcroft. Good
yeah.
evening, Shane. Oh, also, we are tonight. Here he is. Good evening, Shane.
Good
Hi,
evening,
Shane.
guys. You okay?
Tonight we are not being produced by Luke. We are being produced by his ever so lovely wife, Mrs. Laura Higgins. So thank you, Laura. He's got work stuff going on. So there you go. Scott says update on the Just Detect app coming soon. Anyway, Shane, marvelous to have you. We've been speaking for quite a few months now on Messenger and what have you. This is the first time we've actually face-to-face communicated.
It is, yeah. I'm still looking forward to getting out with you. You mentioned you got a permission quite close to me, and I'm still looking forward to getting on it with you, Dave.
Absolutely, and it'll be
Welcome
sorted
to mine, buddy.
as soon as I'm able to. We will. Don't worries about that. So Shane, for those who, what was that? Sorry, Adrian.
Just something about cake. Move on.
Oh, do you know, I love cake. Absolutely love cake.
Shane, just take a load of cake. Really entice him to do anything. Literally anything.
If you had like one of them, like a band round your head with a thing off the front of it, like a unicorn, and then a dangle of cake, how far would I walk all day?
Or berry cupcakes in foil wrapping.
Oh, foil wrap. But no, a sandwich box with cakes in them, wrapped in silver foil. I'm up for that. Oh, Karen, in the naked detecting area at Detectable, can we have silver-lined cake boxes, please?
Oh, actually, that's quite good. Yeah, that's quite a good idea, actually. Yeah. It's funny, Dave, you mentioned about the naked detecting thing, because I was only thinking about that. I'm looking forward to that in Someone Detectable.
Or we just thinking about the naked people?
A lot of Germans are interested in that, so I don't have to be able to come, but I think last time I saw...
Adrian, we're digressing.
Sorry,
Shane. Let's introduce Shane. Shane, can you introduce yourself? And, well, firstly, Shane's come on tonight because, as we've said in the past multiple times, we want anybody who wants to come on the show. This is your show as much as it is ours. We're just looking after it at the end of the day. You pop on, you want to come on the show, and Shane kindly said last week, yeah, Dave, I'll come on. A bit dubious about actually doing it, but here he is. So if you want to come on the show, whoever you are, we'd love to have you just to have a chat about metal detecting or anything really fitting in the subject. So again, sorry, Shane, please introduce yourself.
Well, as he said, name's Shane. I was a mechanic for 10 years before I decided to be a driving instructor. Always wanted to be a teacher. Was a little bit too much of the class clown to be a teacher, so I decided that once I'd done my cars, I thought, yeah, go on, why not? Driving instructor, money's a lot better. But it's one of them where the one class in school that always intrigued me was history. I made out that it didn't because, you know, as it is in high school, you're cool. You don't want to admit that you like stuff like that. But history was the one that really did intrigue me, and metal detecting from there. Never been any different now.
So how many years have you actually been doing it now?
Metal detecting, I've probably been doing it about a year and 7 months.
And I know you've had quite a few finds of consequence, which we'll talk about in a little while. Adrian, you were going to ask something then.
Yeah. What was it friends, or was it just reading online or a newspaper article that made you think, yeah, I want to go metal detecting or start it hobby?
It was the threat of lockdown. It was with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law had the idea of it. There was a threat of it, blah, blah, blah. And we said, well, why don't we go do something that we can do out the way of people where we're not in risk of COVID, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie about it. We didn't know what we were doing at first, never looked it up, kind of just went in our local woods. I think probably most people did in this chat, but some may not admit it. But it was one of them where, yeah, let's just go have a go. Brought a 20 quid detector off Amazon. It was the worst thing I ever did in my life. All they found was nails. but I still really enjoyed finding them, even though it was just nails and trash and so on. And from there, it kind of got better. I was actually really lucky. The permissions I have at the minute, I don't think if it wasn't for my mum, as stupid as it sounds, I don't think I'd have the permissions I do now. I was extremely lucky.
So your mum, has she got a lot of land then?
My mum works she used to work as a carer, and she used to look after like children who were abused or in care for certain reasons. And there was a local farmer that actually built houses on his land for care homes, which I didn't know until halfway through metal detecting and trying it. And she got me in touch with them. And then from there, we went up pre-COVID. He's never let anyone on his land. It's been like 4 or 5 generations of family.
Wow.
I was really, really lucky with it. There's more to it. I found a cart pit there. I found Roman Road there. Blah 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 blah. So there's a lot to that particular land.
Mm.
Oh,
And that's something we've chatted about privately, and it really does look like an exciting. And you've had some decent finds on there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I consider I'm using the Vanquish. Let's go with Dave.
Say it properly. Vanquish.
Using
Vanquish.
getting multiple.
Vanquish.
To be honest with you, the amount of coins on that land is unreal. If any of you are local to a cockpit, I would not hesitate to ask permission for the land. I must have had over 400 coins on there. Yes, mostly copper, but I'm absolutely astonished by them. You take one step at a time, and there is continuously a coin after coin after coin. Yes, I've been lucky. I've had Hammeds, I've had Romans, Charles II, full crowns, blah 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 blah, and it's just been completely lucky from the amount of stuff that's there.
It's brilliant though to hear that you've only been in the hobby quite recently, yet you've just evolved from 20 quid Amazon metal detector to finding stuff that some people will probably never find in their whole life. Is having a lovely permission like that is really good, and you just, like you say, you didn't know what you're doing digging up nails, but that's the beauty of metal detecting. You just can evolve and get better and better and better, and you can upgrade your machine and you learn certain things. I mean, the Vanquish you've got, was that the next one? Vanquish 540, is it 540 you got?
540, yeah.
Yeah, is that the one you bought after the 20 quid one?
No, I brought a Dr. Otak.
Oh, okay.
Dave Face said it all.
Yeah. No, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. But what made you go for a Vanquish?
Vanquish.
To be honest with you, I brought the Vanquish in lockdown.
Vanquish.
With being self-employed, money was very limited, so it was more of like a budget range. If I was to pick a machine now, I'd go and get a CTX or a Nox 800.
Yeah.
But it was more like, okay, I've got limited money. I want something to do. My mind's going mental. What am I meant to do here? So I thought, this Dr. Otak's finding musket ball after musket ball, but nothing else. It wasn't even finding the coins on the field. Yeah, when I brought the Vanquish, I'd dig 2 inches down and find the coins. It was absolutely crazy.
The Vanquish is a really good machine. It is. I've got 540. I got it. What was it? April last year with the 540 when it just come out. I haven't got the Pro Pack, the wireless headphones. I had wired headphones with it, but you can use the MindLab Equinox ones. And I must admit, I've found a lot of good stuff with that. It loves coins, especially hammers. Literally, the first day I had it, I went out and within half an hour I found the hammered. And I was like, oh, this is quite good. But the tones are the same as the Equinox. The recovery speed's not a million miles off. And it's good on depth. I think you made a really good choice there, actually, because it does look a bit Buzz Lightyear. It's not the most sleekest thing, is it, with the control box? But the battery life's good. And have you got a Profine pinpointer with it? Or
no, I brought the Garrett's. Well, the Carrot pinpointer. It was recommended to friends. By the time I brought the Vanquish, I'd made 2 local friends, Steve and Ron. Steve had done it for years, so had Ron, and they both recommended the Garrett pinpointer. It's I did have a 20 quid one off Amazon at first. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't deny it. It worked. It found them, but you kind of had to force your pinpointer into the plug to try and find a whereabouts in the plug it was.
So your brother, he's detecting as well. Has he got a vanquish?
Brother-in-law it was.
Oh, was? Oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
he tried. He had a detector off family and friends, and he, to be honest, he didn't really take to it. We've got a lot of young'uns in the family, and Kyle working with like his family's business, he didn't really have time to do it. I've kind of made time with being self-employed on every Saturday or possibly Sunday if I fancy the missus having to go at me. But other than that, I kind of make time every week for it, where he's always busy, continuously working. So he never brought a machine from there.
Right. So you say your missus' wife or housing manager, whatever you like to call her, what does she think of you? Does she think you're mad or a bit weird in that? What does she think? Were you going out in the field for like 8 hours digging holes?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. She doesn't mind it as long as it's Saturday, Friday, or in the week. But Sunday's still family day. Sunday, I spend the time with my kids. They're only 4 and 3. It was a birthday today, actually, my little girl. So it's one of them where I don't really want to go and miss that time with them, because everyone I speak to tells me it'll fly by and it's the best time of your life. So I want to have that time.
Does. It certainly does.
Alternatively, if you take them detecting with you, you get there, you dig a hole and put them in the hole, like, I don't know, 1 metre square. They'll have hours of fun. Give them a pinpointer and a little spade. They'll love it. I've got to jump in here because there's a conversation going on the chat. I've been obviously trying to follow, because sometimes we can't. Firstly, Jay Henshaw, he started metal detecting to help with his mental health. And also, I've got to have a go at Nicola Roberts, Kerry Fuller, Scott Holden, and Karen Becker. They're all talking about having cocktails at Detectable, and I haven't been invited to join them. And with all due respect, as Kerry knows, I'm the one with the pineapple rum. So let's just beware of keeping me out of your little gang, shall we?
That sums up Scott Holden, doesn't it? Pina colada, cocktails, mincer.
See that.
Oh, dear. Shane, so you go out what? Just weekends, Saturdays or Fridays?
To be honest, at the beginning, I went out a lot more. Literally, as a driving instructor, you've got an hour and a half, an hour in between. If I had a cancellation, I'd be out for an hour, and that was it. And then I'd be back on my lesson after with dirty knees and so on. But now I make it the weekend. I make the full Saturday. I've started to lose work on Saturdays, not because we're not busy, but I purposely started to lose work, so I have the full Saturday.
Don't tell your wife that. Don't tell your wife that. Your partner. I mean, yeah, I'm exactly the same. I've got it's an addiction, isn't it? Did you find it? Did you used to smoke or?
I still do.
You still do. It's like smoking. It's like a hobby. It's an addiction, metal detecting, and once you get involved in it, you can't. But you think about it when you go to bed. You think about it when you wake up. When you're out for a drive in the car, the amount of times I've nearly crashed going, look at that field. Look at that field. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that mound. Oh, that's got to be something. So yeah, and it's amazing. You've only been in the hobby just over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got that enthusiasm.
Is it also?
You should say that.
You're based in Staffordshire, Shane, and Staffordshire over the last 20 years or so is a hotbed for major files. Obviously, there's the Staffordshire Horde, there's the Leek Thrift Talk Horde. There's so many good locations within Staffordshire. Tamworth Castle. You got all sorts going on in Staffordshire, haven't you, Shane?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I also like my research. It's one of the big things that I love. I'm subscribed to the genealogist, so I use all their type maps and so on. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit one of them people who get a bit of an addictive personality. Once I'm into it, I absolutely can't stop. I love it. And it's the area I've got, the history is phenomenal. I just can't believe the history on it. I just wish they'd plough the fields instead of renting them for grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me some Google Map images of some of the locations. One in particular was an old house, I think it was, wasn't it, Shane? A manor house or something. And the land, Adrian, looked absolutely, from what you could see on obviously Google Maps of the image he sent. I don't know the location. It hasn't got like Smithport or whatever written across it, but looking at the location and the fields, and you can see the medieval plough lines and such like within the fields, phenomenal. But and I think I've got an idea of the general location, which has got a hell of a lot of history as well.
To be honest with you, I don't mind telling you the location because I'm that far in with the farmers that they wouldn't let anyone else on. It's
no, you never say it. You never say it. You know, when I was you, you'd never say it. Got night hawkers, don't forget, Shane.
It's a general location. I wouldn't tell you exactly, but it's Uttoxeter sort of area.
Which is where I work, by the way, Adrian.
Got it. That's all right.
Adrian, where I work as well.
Do you, Dave? Ooh.
Yes. And just up the road, there's the Roman encampment of Roaster, which is exactly where I work. So, and I've actually got a site myself there. I think I've told you where that one is, haven't I? Yeah. So I've got a site myself. I've never actually been there because I've never been able to. Adrian, you got planes going over?
No, flies. Flies. Oh, because I'm outside. It's like flies or something. No mice, Dave, chewing the cables. That's another story. With being a driving instructor, Shane, right?
Yeah.
That, for me, in my head, is probably one of the worst jobs I could imagine because you might get someone who's good at driving. You might get someone who's like someone out of Candid Camera, just constantly crashing the car or whatever. But do you find metal detecting helps? Because you must have some days that are like constant abuse from other motorists, girls, men crying in the car. Do you just find when you go out in the field, it like proper cleans you out and like relaxes you?
100%. 100%.
I bet you detector and all your gears in the boot as well, just in case. You know, I've got an hour. She's cancelled the booking. I've got an hour. I'll go detecting for a bit.
It depends if you do an emergency stop that last time. I don't want to break all my stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh my lord. I mean,
doesn't it sort of like get to you the fact that you're letting someone else drive your car who really can't drive?
It
used to, not anymore. Kind of become immune to it. I imagine it's like nurses and doctors seeing people die. It's like whatever now. I've done it that long. It's whatever. But at first, yeah, it used to.
The thing is, Dave, Shane's got an Austin Maestro, so it's quite a unique vehicle to have as a learner vehicle. Austin Maestro Estate, diesel, automatic, not power steering. Actually, talking of cars, Shane, you used to be a mechanic, yeah?
Yeah.
If I gave you money now, what would you say would be the best detecting car you could buy? Say $5,000. If you could go out now and buy a car specifically for metal detecting, so taking in mind the clutch, suspension, parts, and the boot, sleeping in it, detectable, what would you say is the best detecting car you could think of?
If you're going to mention sleeping in it, I'd just go for something like a long wheelbase Mercedes and then pay £500 for it and spend for the $4,500 kitting the back out or doing the clutch and cam belt, so on. I wouldn't end up paying mega money.
Do you know what? Right, God's honest truth. Wife's friend has got he told us he had the camper van. So I went round last week to have a look at it because I might be doing a foreigner with it. And it's basically been converted to a camper van, proper one. It's a big Mercedes thing that's been converted to a camper van. Adrian is absolutely stunning. And I've been looking on all over Facebook and all over not YouTube, Googling and whatnot, looking for camper vans myself and far out my league. So what Shane just said, something like that might be occurring. Perhaps.
I think it's I mean, metal detecting has grown as a hobby in the last year or two since COVID. I think from what I saw, figures 300% in some cases. So naturally, people are going to want a vehicle to use for that. So camper van sales have gone through the roof as well. People just want to get out more, don't they? In our own
Well,
country.
it's all staycation as well, isn't it? They've got to.
Yeah. So do you detect on your own, Shane?
Majority of the time I do it with my tattoo artist, possibly like one of my best friends.
Your tattoo artist?
Yeah, overall. But I do it with a few other people as well. We kind of share permissions to an extent. It obviously just depends on what the landowner says, whether they're going to allow other people on or not. But it also depends on the time of the year. It depends on what they're doing, what their work is, and so on. So I'm kind of always got company at some point. It's very rare that I haven't.
You're also one of those lovely people who share your story on Facebook, YouTube. You've got a YouTube channel. What is it? Just so people can have a look and subscribe. Go and subscribe because Shane's a lovely chap. Genuinely,
get on
He's
there.
a nice guy. It's what it shows about normal people. What's your YouTube channel, Shane?
It's Staffordshire Searcher.
Staffordshire Searcher. And how long have you been doing that? How long have you been doing that?
4 months, probably.
Oh, really? Quite recent. Blimey.
So why did you start doing that, Shane?
I set off with the intention to help other people. I'm part of the Mine Lab Facebook group and kept seeing people moaning about mine labs picking up iron grunts and certain tones and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, you know what? Rather than commenting on every single bloody Facebook post, how about I link my link to YouTube and say, there you go. How about look at that? And the video I told them, I made one in particular. I spent half a day digging bloody nails and crap just to show them what not to dig. And that video's kind of skyrocketed compared to the others. Considering 4 months ago, most videos have 100 views, for example. This one's had like 1.5K views. So it's one of them where it's like they want to see that, for example. So it's worked.
Well, listen, we've got lined up. Laura's got lined up a video from Shane's channel. So roll VT.
I just need
Mrs.
a wee.
Higgins.
Just need a wee, Dave.
Don't do it there, mate. Don't do it there. Don't do it in the garden. Don't do it in a grid. I'd laugh if he fell over now and his screen went and everything. Here we go.
They also hate cows.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Staffordshire Searcher. Now we're out in the field with Ben. This field is dead, but that's not my doing or Ben's, so we're going to detect on this one. That's what we've had planned for a while. Now, differences today, we've got the 540s with us. Ben's brought along the Knox, so we're both going to have a quick go of the Knox. I'll show you some settings on it and so on as well when we have a go. See if we can find anything. We think we've come to a conclusion on these 4 hammies have been found. Now, old mats, tie mats, whatever, they don't really show anything. They show the modern day path to the new church. We do have an old church back that way for the 1200s, and yet a path, we believe, running through particular holes in the hedges, bridge on another field, which then turns towards the church. So we're going to search this line, see if we can find hammies today. Well, we'll try anyway. See what we can find, guys. So first find of the day, guys, over a piece of iron. Shut up, you. We have something sticking out. Thought it was a coin, so I thought I'd better put the camera on. Lad. Oh, look at that.
Lovely.
Condition of that farm token.
Lovely, that.
Found similar on here, and they've been dated to 1600, so looks like we're in a good place. Ben trying out the Equinox. Let's keep finding him.
Swinging a bit quick there, mate. Slow and slow.
I think he's on speed or something.
It is.
Oh, look at that. Can only
The next
dream
one,
of
guys, is
that.
in the hole. It's a button.
I was looking at the big
Gold
stone,
gills.
man.
You'll see something on the back there. Looks a bit like a crown on the top. And some writing around it, so we'll give that one a little bit of a clean up later. Looks an Odin though. Ben's still in a hole up there. Learning that not.
Literally. Oh, speed walking.
Nice swing. We like a nice swinger, don't we, Dave?
Swing. I think of Wayne's World with swing.
Oh, guys, there's not a lot to be found at the minute. It's like 12 o'clock. No, 2 o'clock, sorry.
That's metal detecting, you lose track of time.
Just a bit, yeah.
And the token. Just found this thing, though, which just folded up.
Oh, he's found a welly. Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure he's got right.
Actually, George the 6th, that was.
And it looks, I would say, like a copper coin, but completely folded.
Ah,
It looks like it's right.
That's
that's
interesting.
novel. It is very. Have you tried unfolding it, Shane?
Yeah, it was a George the 6th.
Here's another button. Gold guildies, something fine. Nothing on the other side.
I've got to say, Adrian and Shane,
69.
colleague of mine in work, brought a finding for me this week to try and identify for him. I'll show it you now, but I've got it under my microscope when I come home, the USB microscope. So it's been identified. Ms. Annie Biard has identified it. It doesn't give it justice. In fact, what I'll do, if it's okay, I'm going to pull up some images because I sent them to you, didn't I, Adrian?
Yeah, very, very.
From
well,
under the under the microscope. I was absolutely gobsmacked at the. Don't even know where they are on my computer, to be honest. Documents, SI files.
Whilst
I've not
Dave's
actually.
looking for that. Oh, sorry. Whilst Dave's looking for that, can I ask Shane? Did you like history at school?
Secretly.
Secretly. What was people? Yeah. Was it an uncool subject when you were at school, or was the teacher a bit of a strange one?
I was just a knob at school. I'm not going to lie. I was an idiot. I actually did like it. I just made out I didn't like school in general.
Right. Yeah. I was pretty similar. I didn't have my dad. He was well into history, metal detecting. He used to find loads of stuff, and bless me, he's passed away. And I've got a lot of his coins now, and I wasn't that interested. And then as the years grew, and now it's just whether I dig up a crotal bell or a gold coin, or whatever. It's just history. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's weird, isn't it? How you get older, you get wiser, and I think we've spoke about it on the show before. It depends on what type of teacher you have at school as well, because they can put you off subjects. So, yeah, interesting.
Laura, would you be able to share my screen for me, if you will? There we go. How's that?
Oh.
So, as I said, I contacted Annie Biard to ask for his her assistance, and she said it's a rather nice 13th, 14th century. Obviously, is it annular or penannular? That one, it's annular, isn't it? Because it's all complete with silver gilt, so it's classed as treasure. Now, I haven't done it yet, but I've asked Graham Dempsey the correct manner of which to use the microcrystalline wax on it.
He's in the house. He's in the house.
He is in the house. He is, that lovely chap. This is one side with writing, which I can't make out. And well, you'll see what I've done. This is coming in a moment. We're under the microscope. That's the other side. And it's got all animal or birds or dragons effigies all around it. So, as I say, I've not used this microscope before. It's been sat in a box. And I thought, no, I'm going to have a go at it. See what I can find. And I think the quality of these images are fantastic, aren't they, Adrian?
Oh, yeah. The engineering on it, well, it's beautiful, lovely. I mean, if you said how you came about it, how the guy came about it, Dave?
Yeah, he was metal detected on a rally near Milton Keynes.
Yeah. I'd love something. I'd wear it. I'd wear that to work.
So as I said, I brought it home because I said I'll bring it home, put it under the microscope. Look at these animals, and obviously I'll ask Graham's advice on the correct manner of preserving it. So we're going to be using the micro crystalline wax and giving it a light buff. Look at the intricacy of the design.
Lovely, really, really nice. Graham, Shane, you've had a lot of finds by the sound of it. You said over 400 coins.
Yeah.
You found a lot of good stuff. What's your favourite type of find?
Obviously, everybody loves hammies, but if I was to go back, it was probably the one. There's two of them. There was one Dave posted in an article a while ago, the cross. I love finds that kind of mean something to somebody. And he also found a fox hunting pin. The area I'm in, they were debating whether fox hunting actually took place in that sort of area. And then they have like their own website, their own press sort of thing for their kind of area. And they were all debating that fox hunting never took place, but yet I'm finding fox hunting pins on there as well, which is... Love them sort of finds. I prefer them over a hammy.
Do you find many hammies?
On one particular field, I've probably had about 6.
Right. It's mad, isn't it? You've only been in the hobby just over a year, and you found 6 hammies, 400. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear.
Spoiled, to be honest with you.
Do you find with the hammies, with the what program do you use for the Vanquish? Out of interest.
Dually mode. The field I'm on is quite well. It depends actually. At the minute, I've got about 2,000 acres of permission in the area I'm in, but the particular field that everything that I'm finding seems to be quite far away from any sort of power line. So I normally use it on dually mode with the sensitivity knockdown 1. I don't use iron mode. A lot of these people who you see in these Vanquish channels going, you make sure you use iron mode, make sure you don't use iron mode on Vanquish. I can guarantee you don't.
Can you just pull up the screen, sharing screen again, please, Laura? I've pulled the article up. This is the cross that Shane found. Beautiful little number, isn't it?
Oh, lovely. Beautiful. Really nice.
So tell us about this. Tell us about this, Shane.
Well, it was found at the highest point in the field, next to 2 Roman coins, one being a silver denarius, one being copper. One side of the coin, it seems to have the BV on the front of it, and it seems to have Jesus on one side, but on the other side, I'm pretty damn sure it has somebody holding a sword, which is that picture.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah.
It's just found in the most particular place on the field where I keep finding, like, not just hammers, just really old Roman lead spindle whorls. Even, I'm particularly sure one of them is a Roman bullet.
Yeah. You got some other bits and bobs as well that you sent over.
Is what, sorry?
You've got a few other things as well. There was the large circular flat lead item that you were looking at wanting to find more information.
Now, so I don't know what that is.
It was 4.1 pounds with a diameter of 103.5 millimeters and 27.2 millimeters thick.
And yeah, I've had about 6 of them off the same field, so it's
really
strange.
So if anybody else has any ideas on that, what would be the time frame of items that you've discovered on that field?
Way too many to even say, mate.
Is it? It's a wide ranging, so it could be from any period.
Yeah, it goes back. My oldest find's 104 BC.
Wow,
nice.
So it's going way back.
What was that?
It was Claudius, a silver Republican denarius with the three horses on in the chariot, and it kind of I can't remember what it says underneath. It says F something Flaudus or Flaudus or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Have you got anything there that you want to put up to the camera, Shane, and have a chat about? Feel free to.
Dave, this will be interesting with the.
Things I don't know or things I do know.
What was that? Sorry, Adrian.
This will be interesting with Shane's special software that he's using tonight, which we might use.
Yes, it will.
Holding things up.
Have you seen your eyes? Could you see yourself?
Oh, yeah, I've taken something. What?
Essex Bowsy Wowsy.
What's going on there?
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Right, you know. Thank you.
Let's just give you an example then for it. The coins I was on about.
That's enough of me. Let's look at Shane. Come on, what's he found?
This is just
gone funny as well. Sorry, I'm like a 10-year-old when outside the video shop at Dixon's. I'm sorry, Shane.
This is just the coins off. Oh, the green screen doesn't like it. But this is just the coins off one field. I'll tell you what, let me get rid of the green screen. You'll see the kids' toys behind, but it's like a bag full of coins. A bag full of buckles.
Blimey.
They're just buttons. That's a full bag of buttons.
I talked to Tony Kaywood about them.
Just bullets. It's
What
like
type of bullets? What type of bullets are they, Shane? 303 or got any lead bullets in there?
To free stripe, lead shots to 50 cal lead shots that were shot through your shotgun, all the way to modern day bullets. Obviously your 2.2s, 3.3s, what they use on your rabbits and so on. There's that fine Dave was on about. It is very heavy, so I don't want to drop it. It has the hole in the middle of it. And then I'm pretty sure it has some sort of iron bar running through here. Actually getting hard to hold there. It's that heavy. But I found multiple of them. It's like another one. Another one. So whatever they were used for, found loads and loads of them.
I found similar to that, but a lot smaller, at like quarter of the size.
There's a lot of unrecognisable coins. The land I'm on's known for being a marsh. It's wet. It's very, very wet. It's been pasture for at least 6 years. 6 generations. So it's just been, the cow shit's just been eroding everything. So you can't really see what the coins actually say. But honest to God, anyone in that chat, if you find a cockpit anywhere, just go and ask permission. I'd even pay for it. Honest to God, it's that amazing of permissions. I would pay for it.
Yes, Teddy, that is lead.
It's definitely lead. It's heavy.
Shane, do you find much trash?
Can I just put in a minute? Rob Stiber, Rob Random. Apparently, he's been blocked on the YouTube from commenting. Absolutely no idea why that is, Rob. There was multiple that got banned a couple of weeks ago or stopped from commenting a couple of weeks ago. You might have inadvertently been put on that. Nothing we could do tonight because obviously Luke's not here, so I wouldn't have a clue. I'll do it anyway, so bear with us there. No idea why that's happened, I'm afraid. Sorry, Shane, carry on.
There's another personal favourite.
Oh,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Got at least 4 of them off that field. So
do you know what, Shane? I used to like you.
That's what I mean. I've been spoiled. It's things like Ben asked me to go on digs with him multiple times. Ben's struggling to get permission at the minute.
Yeah.
I go on Tony Cummings digs, metal detecting, limited UK or whatever it is, and I don't find anything. I get annoyed that I don't find anything. I'm just completely spoiled with the land I've been on. I ask a friend come with me Steve, I believe he's in the comments. He only goes out and finds 3 fibulas. This first day he comes out with me. It's like,
Right. I'm going to have to come out with you.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that. Yeah.
No, mate, you're too far away. You stay down below the Watford gap. Me and him are playing out, not you.
Right. Okay.
this is probably out of all the hammered coins. Let me put it back to original. This is probably my favourite, if we can see it. It's not focusing. It's a Soldino of Antonio Vieira from 1365.
Wow.
Nice.
And if you look up about the Soldinos, the Flow actually sent me the write-up about them. They were a legal currency in the UK at the time because silver and gold become so short because of the Vikings and so on. They started to lose, obviously, ridiculous amounts of gold and silver to them. They started to import it from Italy. And these coins were actually a legal currency in the UK, but farmers and certain people use them as what we would call short change, rather than what it was meant to be doing and melted down and so on.
Wow.
Beautiful finds nonetheless.
Sorry.
Going back to what I said as well about Rob Random not being able to comment. It happened to Tony Kaywood as well. Luckily, he's got 2 accounts. And the TC Detect one seems to have not been able to comment on that. I can't say why. I've absolutely no idea. But we all know Tony's very, very nice. So I can't see that being done on purpose. Obviously, he knows that. And we're just trying to message Luke again to source that out. Look at him behind me. He's everywhere.
Thanks, Dave. Gosh. Oh, I don't know. Shane, you've obviously found a hell of a lot in the last year and a bit. You've got your Vanquish. If money wasn't an option, and you've obviously got your child and you're self-employed, what's the next machine you'd like to be able to buy?
Probably the CTX, just to try it.
Right. So,
I would
honestly
stay away from the Nox.
You've been told to stay away from the Nox.
No, I would stay away from the Nox.
Yeah, there's a bit more depth, and the recovery speed's faster than the Vanquish. But the Vanquish, I've had some great finds. I've got a Nox, I've got a Vanquish, and my mate who comes out with me, we've been out many a time. He's had the Nox, and I've had the Vanquish. And one thing I will say with the Vanquish, when you hit hammered, flipping heck, blows your ears off, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it really does. Are you using the? Sorry,
that Solendino was weird, but most of them like a solid. I'd say between 8 and 12, maybe higher if you've got your Lizzies.
Yeah. Have you got the Vanquish update, the 1.1, or your machine? Yeah. So, but you don't use all metal mode, do you? Hence why I think it's a volume. You can adjust the volume in the iron mode.
Well,
I think
honestly, no one should be using all metal mode with the Vanquish. I've put silvers under the soil myself purposely. Even like this Charles Hoff crown I've got, it's bloody massive. It rings at normally like 38, where your maximum's 40 on there. So it's singing. Put it under the ground, it's still grunting iron. I wouldn't be using it.
No, I think that machine's been designed for people intermediate, medium in the hobby. And if you start going in iron, it doesn't like it. It's not. Maybe the software update 1.2 when it comes out might improve it. But I run mine in jewelry mode all the time when I go out with it. Have you? Do
you know what my dream? I've got a dream machine now.
Vanquish.
No, not the Vanquish. After spending time with yours and over with Marcus and Nigel at the Regton's tent, and with Gary Cook, I think I'd like to have a Deus now.
Yep. Well, it's been out for 12 years this year, so and it's still going strong. A lot of people say. Sorry?
What? The noise of the Deus, that horrible squeak it makes.
I think mine lab tones are very soft, but there are other machines that I find more screechy. There are some machines that just like but the mine lab tones, My lab tones are lovely. Some people don't like them. They're soft, but
Not brilliant for him.
yeah, they're not.
To be fair, Adrian, when you're talking about tones of the machine ranges I've used, C-Scope, Nocta Macro, Rutus, I absolutely adore the tones of the Minelab. As I say, my favourite machine I've had still to this day is the Xterra 705. It worked with me like a dream. And that tones, couldn't get used to anything else after that.
Mine, I still love the Rutus. The Rutus tones, for me, it's so different to anything else. The Rutus tones I love. Might be because I found some really good finds of it, but the Rutus tones. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a blinking tone, isn't it? You know, you might have a lovely blonde woman sitting at the bar with a lovely, I'm getting all wrong here, but she might talk
Mate,
you know, Northern or something awful.
2050. What's wrong with Northern, mate? 2058, a couple of minutes to the watershed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but so are you a Minelab man then, would you say, Shane?
To be honest with you, I'd be willing to try multiple machines if that was the case.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of people with their headphones off, and
there's a lot of people out there probably watching the show tonight and going to watch it on YouTube thinking, flipping heck, he's got some good finds. Or we've got to send him a Wanquish or whatever, because you're a YouTuber, people like that. So, but hopefully you'll keep it real and continue doing what you're doing, because that's what we like, don't we, Dave? People
Absolutely. It's a potential bit of breaking news here. Metal Detecting Tours Georgia, Europe. They say the new XP machine is meant to be on its way sometime. Didn't know about that. 3
years in development. But then you've got the same for the CTX, Minelab working on something in the background.
Right.
You've also got Rutus, who are working on something, colour screen and all that malarkey. I think probably end of this year, next year, probably going to see how we did last year. So we had the Apex and the Vanquish, and we had all these machines coming out. Oh, there's Staffordshire Searcher.
Oh, come on, 2 people subscribe now. Get him to 100. Come on, 2 people at least.
Come on.
I'm not one of them. I think I'm already one. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check.
What do you use to film, Shane?
just my phone at the minute.
Cool.
And it really does annoy me though. For some reason, I have somebody on New Enough every video, or 2 people to dislike every single video I do. And I have asked multiple times why. At least let me fix that problem. And one said to film it in landscape. And
yeah, definitely. I noticed that on your one before.
Said look at the camera, but I'm not being funny. But I feel alright. Creepy get staring at the bloody lens of the camera. When I look back at the video, it does feel alright.
Shane, I won't do metal detecting videos. I absolutely despise it. The only way I'll do a video is a historic location and talking about it from behind the camera. I'd much rather do that. You've got some content on there. How many videos you got on there about?
1 a week for 4 months.
Brilliant.
Somewhere about 20.
Do a refresh, Laura, and see if we can get if the subscribers gone up yet. That's what we like. Refresh.
89.
Oh. 104! Look at that. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Come on.
Oh, do you know what? I don't think I've been watching your videos, and I don't think I've subscribed.
Adrian. I'll be 105 now, then.
Subscribe to you.
Have you got a YouTube channel, Adrian?
It's probably a random one of me coming home drunk with my mates and driving a Lotus Elise. I'd love. Hats off to you, Shane. I'd love to be able to do it, but when I get the detector in my hand and I'm out in the field, I turn off. I use computers all day at work. In what I do in my job, I'm online all the time. So for me, getting away from it all, and I'd edit videos at work as part of my job. So the last thing I want to do is look at my ugly mug digging up ring pools and so I may do it in the future. There's a few digs coming up this year that I may video and put on. It'll be on the Treasure Hunting Magazine YouTube channel, which is going to come soon. But I just enjoy watching people like yourself, real people. And what's amazing, you came on the show tonight, you showed us you had an amazing amount of finds, and it just goes to show you shouldn't always rely on the 50k, 80k subscribers. There's a lot of people doing it out there who've got just as good a content and interest in finds, and they're there if you search for them. So,
and there's also, though, Adrian, there's a lot of dross, a lot of people who are there who have got 1,000 subscribers, and I'd actually, if I was able to burn the channel, I would burn it.
Yeah, I think a lot of that sadly is down to advertising and branding and marketing, and maybe this time next year we'll see Shane with a branded hat and t-shirt, and he's some sort of detecting specialist for a certain brand. Maybe that's your choice, maybe not. It's just one of those things. That's how life goes, doesn't it? He might you
could even try blagging him. Could even try blagging him and become the T Mark MD Mag.
Yeah, he could be. We could send you big detecting show pants, flip flops, and braces and stuff. Yeah, but actually,
and them things, them little braces that hold your socks up as well.
Sock suspenders.
Who we got on T Mark MD Mag now? We've got me, we've got Luke, we've got Laura, we've got yourself, TC Detects, and Kaylee. I think that's it, isn't it? T Mark MD Mag at the minute. Oh, and Tim Levine is a moderator as well.
We could get James on. We could get James on.
James who? James who?
Him.
Who was that?
He's my mate at Detectable who smoked a lot and was like detecting for like 18 hours.
Oh, the one that you, that one.
Shared the care home
about now. Is that him, is it?
Yeah, I took that photo.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, he's he loves a Radox bar.
So do I.
But
in fact, I've got Epsom salts as well.
Yes, definitely Epsom salts. That's what we had actually at Detectable. Do you know what? I'm looking forward to the summer Detectable, Dave. Are you going to be going, Shane?
I hope I can. I really hope I can.
What is it? Time or?
It's probably the self-employed side of it because of COVID and not working for nearly 12 months. The business has gone absolutely crazy and the demand has gone through the roof. You've got 17-year-olds from 2 years who are still waiting to drive at 19, so I'm constantly getting badgered by it.
I've got one of them upstairs sitting in his pants on his PlayStation, driving a car around the circuit rather than reading the highway code. He's up there now. But yeah, it's very sad. We've all carried on as normal, but youngsters, it's been, those who, like my son had his 18th in lockdown, couldn't go down the pub. He could have learnt to drive at 17, but he couldn't because, it's all a bit weird. But he should have taken up metal detecting and come out of his bed. Yeah, but he didn't.
Check out this map that I got for my birthday. Or was it Father's Day? Look at that. It's a proper OS map, full-size jobby. And instead of, all the place names are on there, but it's got all the folklore and mythology on there as well. Stunning piece of work. Lots of places to visit. Can I just give mention as well on next week's show? Next week's live draw via Diggers Dips is actually running at the moment on the Big Detecting Show Facebook group, and it's free to enter. It's you don't have to be a member of Diggers Dips for this one. It's open to all and sundry. And Adrian's going to show you in a moment what one of the prizes is. All the prizes are coming from Graham Dempsey from the Composite Cleaning Pencil company. And this is a bit fantastic, isn't it, Adrian?
It very much is so, Dave. Graham, I helped him out this week. I think he's in the chat. I helped him out with something, and he kindly sent me this. So there is a lovely magnifying glass here. It's all going to go a bit pear-shaped. So there's an extra 10 times zoom there and a there. Now the best bit is, I haven't put it in properly, is this thing here. So you put your coin, you twist it up, it opens up, there's a certain size and all that, but you put your coin in there. I had a very small Roman in there that I was cleaning, and you can have it like that, and you can look at your coin and clean, and you haven't got to faff about with dirty fingernails and turning up at work with like green fingers and stuff. That is lovely. So this is 3D printed, I think, but it's that'd be a good thumbnail for YouTube, wouldn't it? So yeah, so this is going to be given away on the Big Detecting Show, and I don't think it's available just yet, is it, Dave? It's an exclusive.
I don't think it is. It certainly is an exclusive, and I'm just going to read out exactly what's what with it. So, the only place you can enter to win is on the Big Detecting Show Facebook group. To enter to win the new Coin Finds cleaning workstation with magnifying lens with built-in LED lights, also including the composite cleaning pencil, preserve it wax, and cleaning pencil inserts. Rules are simple. You can only enter once, and the entry ends on the 7th of July at, I think it must be about 12 p.m. So that will be the main prize on next week's show. As I say, there's 177 people entered at the moment. If you're not on the Big Detecting Show Facebook group, please jump on there. Lots of people share the stuff, lots of information and show information, etc., etc. Pop your name in, and next week's winner will be revealed live on the show, as always. And we're 5 minutes away from tonight, and tonight's prizes are a fantastic first prize book, Adrian. Detector Finds #1.
Lovely book. I've got it.
Second prize is the cleaning pencil as ever, and third prize is 5 Diggers Dips tokens. And my alarm's just going off to remind me that's going to take place. What do you reckon that, Shane? The cleaning station?
It's nice. I've been watching all your videos of these cleaning stuff, and I like them all. I have actually brought the cleaning pencil. Well, actually, tell a lie, Ben brought it me with the wax and the other bits to it. It's an amazing piece,
isn't it?
It's.
I was very lucky at Detectable to spend the weekend with Graham, and obviously he taught me the correct manner of which to do things. So I thought I was doing things right, and I wasn't. And I got a grotty old Roman and turned it into something beautiful.
Yeah, that's on YouTube, Dave, isn't it?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah.
It is. That's on ArcMD Mag TV on YouTube. That's our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, and I actually also remembered this week, I've not done it for a while. So, daily at the moment, for the past 5 weeks, Big Detecting Show in podcast form. So, if you've missed anything and you're driving away to a metal detecting rally or a dig this weekend, you can pop it on a podcast via Spreaker, the Big Detecting Show podcast, and listen to the show. You won't be able to see what was going on, but you'll be able to hear everything, including Tony Kaywood and Niall Bailey, and on the Reuters show, and much, much more. And they are also popping up. I'm sharing them to the Big Detecting Show Facebook group. What we got now? There we are. The big. Oh, look at that! It's on Spreaker. You can find it on All Good Hosts. It's on what's that thing called? Spotify. iPod tunes things. I don't know. Chav phone. That's the one. Etc. etc. And it's a little bit different from obviously this show, but something else to listen. I know Luke actually listens to it when he's driving. Car. Even though he's sitting there watching a show on a Thursday night and producing it, he listens to the show on tomorrow he'll listen to it on the way to work. Madness.
Can I just say to Kerry, Dave, sorry, Kerry's put something in the chat about a favour I'm doing for her. I think she agreed to go swimming with me, so that's the payment for the favour. I did for her, going swimming for the day.
It's after the watershed now. Elaborate.
Yeah, so we're just going swimming.
Elaborate.
No, just going swimming.
Elaborate.
Someone might film it.
Are you taking a wanquish?
Yeah, it's underwater detecting. So
Will you have your shaft with you?
my shaft, yes, and as long as Kerry's got a coil, that'll be fine. Shane, sorry, have you looked at any additional extras for your Vanquish, like the battery pack, using the boost battery pack, or any extra things for your Vanquish? Because it's a bit limited at the moment. Vanquish.
Snakeskin. Wanted
You
one.
got snakeskin?
Wouldn't fit.
I'll get you a. Have you got a snakeskin?
No.
I'll give you a snakeskin. You're gonna have to wait for a year, but I'll give you a snakeskin.
It didn't fit when I tried it. I did buy one. Ben got one bigger. Don't know. He found a cable one, and it worked. I tried his. He's had a straight shaft.
Is it the girth of the lead on the girth on the Vanquish coil lead?
It's the plug. It's the plug. It's not the lead. Yeah, it's too big. You did take years to push it over.
I got it over the Simplex, which is similar girth.
So you slid it onto the shaft, or you slid it onto the...
Yeah, you have to stretch it and get it on. But,
right, to get it on.
I've got it on a Simplex, which,
You have to
although
push it
saying
together.
that, I think the Simplex is slightly smaller than the Vanquish, because it is quite a big head on the bingo head shaft. So, yeah, snake skins. LP detecting to them. That's interesting. Yes, I saw that.
I'm trying to find mine.
Sorry, Dave?
I'm trying to find mine. Adrian finally brought me something acceptable, and so did Scott. So I'll sort you out with one. That's one's yours if you want it, Shane. But as I say, you'll have to wait for about a year.
Out of interest, Shane, where did you buy your Vanquish from? And what research did you do to make you buy the Vanquish? Was it YouTube? Was it forums? Was it friends? What made you?
I've probably sat there for about 6 nights solid, continuously reading and watching YouTube videos about it.
Top man, that's the way to do it. Yeah.
What
So
detector at this price, basically?
So who did you get it from?
Crawford's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what spade do you use?
I used a cheap Wix shovel at first. Now I use the is it called? I can't pronounce it properly.
Blackadder?
Dr.
Macro.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I put a review up on it on the YouTube about what I actually think of it.
Yeah, with the bottle opener on it.
Yeah, it's been used.
I hope you washed it first.
Could you share the screen, please? I forgot all about it. But the draw's already started. It's my fault wittering on. So if you could share the screen, please. First prize, pick a number quick, someone. Shane,
16.
pick a number. Adrian.
16.
32.
It's up to 33, 32. 10. I got carried away then, chatting about things.
Shafts.
16.
19.
10. Me, Broggy, 89, wins detector finds. What was I going to say then? Adrian says that the film Shaft doesn't mention Shaft as much as me and you, Adrian, apparently.
Well,
And Kerry wants to see me and you in an afro.
well, that'd be easy for you.
See
You had a
next
new
week.
haircut.
See you next. Trust me, I've got an afro upstairs.
Is it
I don't know
rainbow
the
coloured?
4.
Hello, Philip Wills. Hope you're
27.
enjoying your route of things.
Number 9. So second prize, John Cornwall wins the cleaning pencil. Well done, John. I think he's looking forward to getting something like that. And I know John's he's entered every week, so well done, John. Finally got a winner. Third prize is 5 Diggers Dips tokens, number 24. In fact, number 8. Adrian?
21.
10.
Shane?
10.
It's number 20.
1.
20.
Suffering.
George. So first prize, Detective finds 1, Broggy 89. Second prize, the cleaning pencil from thecleaningpencil.com, John Corwall. And third, 5 Diggers Dips tokens to George. You will all be contacted or informed via email from Diggers Dips. Thank you as ever to Chris and the team at Diggers Dips and to Mr. Graham Dempsey. And as I say, next week's draw is already running on Facebook. So get yourself over there on the Big Detecting Show and you can enter that and it will win one of those lovely cleaning stations. So well done to all the winners.
Dave.
Adrian.
Can I just say, is
No.
anyone watching the show tonight in the Isle of Wight?
Anyone in the chat room watching in the Isle of Wight?
Or if someone listens to it tomorrow, to contact me or Dave, because I'll be out there next week detecting. So if someone wants to come out with me and throw sand at me or spit at me, they can.
Oh, mate, I'm coming anyway.
And I've got a detector I'm going to take with me to the Isle of Wight. And I haven't decided yet which one. It won't be the Vanquish.
Well, you're going to need a good beach detecting machine,
yes,
really, aren't you?
Yes, exactly. So I'm not taking a Knox, so it's going to be one of the other ones I've got. So I've got something in mind, but if anyone's in the Isle of Wight, give us a shout and you can join the live stream. It'll probably be some drunk bag lady smelling lavender on the beach with me talking about the Second World War or something random. But or I might get arrested. Yeah, or something random. But if anyone is going to the Isle of Wight or knows someone who's interested in metal detecting or a follower of David, maybe one of David's followers, there's many thousands.
David who?
Dave. Yeah,
Me?
Yeah, you're David on your birth certificate. I checked it out last month. Did you know that?
Stalker.
Yeah.
All right then. What's my middle name?
Shirley.
Do you know what? I swear to God,
Daddy.
you are not going to believe that. Do you know what my nickname is? Shirley.
Yeah, Big Daddy.
Honestly, no, it is me. No, it's not because of that. I have got a big nose, and my mate's brother, when I was little, used to call me Barbara Streisand because Barbara Streisand had a big nose. But he said one day, he said, Barbara doesn't suit you. I'm going to call you Shirley from now on. He called me Shirley, and everyone from at home in Ellesmere Port still calls me Shirley.
And Shane's sitting there thinking, I'm on the Big Detecting Show, and they're talking about noses and Barbara Streisand and middle names. What's your middle name, Shane? Have you got one?
I haven't got one.
Oh,
Mine's Keith, by the way.
Shane the Vanquish. Are you out this weekend, Shane? Are you going out this weekend?
Going down Wales on Sunday. So I'm gonna try some beach. Well, I have done beach detecting, but I'm gonna film.
Whereabouts are you going?
To Lacca.
Good lad.
Where they
Do you know? Where's that? I've got an article somewhere. One of the beaches in that area has got a hell of a lot of World War II ornaments on it. So I'll find out and let you know which one that is, just in case.
Probably that one. The amount of Spitfire bullets, Dave, I found is unreal on there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, sorry, Eagle-Eyed DJ, James Newman, has just put, who's going to be on the next cover of Treasure Hunting magazine? If someone meets me on the beach in the Isle of Wight, I will guarantee they're on the front cover of the Treasure Hunting magazine. That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Especially if they've got a bikini.
What is showing us now? What's that?
Spitfire bullet.
All right.
Yeah. They're playing on the beach in Harlech. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Spitfire.
Have you tried how do you find a Vanquish on the beach?
Noisy. That's probably the best way to put it. Yeah.
Have you tried it in relic mode? Sensitivity down 2 notches.
I haven't, but I will now you said.
Yeah, you'll find it works a lot better. It's good on the beach. It's good. It's like the Knox. It's a pretty multi-purpose machine. The old Wanquish. So
I found it noisy. That's the best thing I can say to it when I tried it. But I think
Was
there's
it
that
wet?
many
was it wet sand or dry sand?
wet.
Yeah. So
And then I tried dry sand and found somebody's grinder where they'd had some weed in it.
oh, that's not a bad thing.
It was full as well.
Really?
It was gutted. Yeah, but it was
It's funny.
gutted.
You quite often find cigarette packets with a lighter in, some cigarettes, and like a £20 note or a wedding ring, because people, I'll never forget me fags, so they put it in their cigarette packet and leave it, and it gets buried. So cigarette packets, if you dig them up, open them up, always make sure you open them up.
I will.
Was it you said you found 20 quid the other week in one?
Me?
Yeah.
I had found money in them in the
I
past.
was talking to somebody in the last week and they found a £20 note.
Yeah,
In a
you
cigarette
do.
packet.
Yeah, I used to smoke, and I used to put everything in my cigarette packet: wedding rings, money, grinder, or whatever.
Why did you put your wedding ring in it?
Well, you do, because as a detectorist, we know. that-
No. When you go out at night to a nightclub when you're a youth and you're married, taking it off,
I
put
put
it
it
in
on
your
my
front pocket.
toe, next to my big toe. I put my wedding ring on, and my ankle chain I take off. Always take that off. Always take my ankle chain off. Joking. I was joking, Shane. That's right. I know I come from Essex, but I haven't got an ankle chain. So, I'll tell you what, it's been lovely having you on. We haven't finished the show yet, but it's been lovely having you on tonight, because you're just a normal detectorist. You know what I mean? You're just not totally branded up, although you might be sponsored by North Face tonight and Nike.
V-cam.
Sorry, Dave.
Split V-cam.
Has anyone got any questions for Shane?
Yes, good idea. Anyone have any questions for him? And also, if any of you do fancy coming on the show, again, no matter who you are, please feel free to contact myself or Adrian, and we'll book you in. At the moment, I haven't got anyone booked in because I've been too busy at work. So we're doing things on the hop at the moment. So if you want to be on the show, crack on. We do have one person lined up, or two people actually. I'm not sure if we could actually get them on the better, but we're going to have them be looking at big cats, Adrian. We spoke about it multiple times on the show. We gave mention to it, but we're actually going to have somebody on the show who's going to be talking directly about big cats, because I know there's a hell of a lot of people who have witnessed something in the fields while they've been metal detecting that they think is a big cat. So here's some stories and talk about them in the wild in the UK.
Tony K was get the flows on. I'd love to if I had one, but we haven't got one in Essex at the moment. So,
Shane, do you go to group rallies?
Yes, I do. Mostly Midlands detecting. I'm quite intrigued with Kai at Noble detecting at the minute. His digs look amazing, but
you also want to look in our area. You want to look at Find a Field as well.
Find a Field.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at it.
I'll invite you to that group.
Have you got the Just Detect app, Shane?
Yes, yeah, I'm a member of it. I put multiple finds on there.
Ah.
And what do you think of that?
I like it. It's like, it reminds me of Instagram, but just for metal detecting.
Yeah, and it's free, like Instagram.
And the fact that you can put all your details in there, you can put the coordinates in if you find it in the field, and that's stored for you. And I know there's other things that can do it, but it's stored for you with all the other information. Adrian's Tony's just said that he got me details for FLOs to come on the show. I honestly can't remember that, Tony.
It's not Flow from Bod, is it?
Ampflow.
Flow from Bod.
So this is Jay. Just find JD, Just Detect. You'll find it on one of the apps. Jump on there. It's easy, free to sign up. Crack on there.
It is good. I enjoy it.
History Revisited saying, using a grinder makes you see big cats. Check me messages. What messages?
Oh, Tony covered.
Anyway. Right. I think it's time we let the lovely Mrs. Higgins go to bed. And
Thank you, Laura.
I'll go and find if I've got any cake anywhere because I'm feeling a bit sweet and peckish. So we like cake. Shane, don't forget I like cake.
I will remember you like cake. I changed
I like
my
chips
background
as well.
Alan.
Absolutely love chips. You like chips? Do you like chips? I love chips.
Oh, absolutely. That's. It's not my favourite meal, but it's my favourite emergency meal. Yeah,
Oh, no, it's my favourite meal.
Oh.
Do you know, I had chips from a chippy in Congleton the other night, and they were massive. I mean, like, he'd cut the potatoes, so they were massive, and they were round as well. So it's like half the side of a potato, but they weren't fried enough. They were still a bit uncooked inside.
I'm hungry now. Just quickly, Shane, what do you take in your packed lunch when you go detecting?
Ooh, depends. Depends if the girlfriend's been nice the night before and made me something, or I will just normally go Asda and get a ploughman's cheese sandwich.
And also, what is your favourite ring on the hob in the kitchen?
Top left, out the way.
He's a good lad, same as me.
No, hang on. Sorry, Shane. If you got gas or electric?
Electric.
No, Dave. It mixes the answer. I've already written to you 3 times about this. I've left you multiple emails and voicemails. Is it halogen? Is it halogen, Shane?
Yeah.
Dave, it totally throws the question out of the water.
It doesn't.
We're going to have a meeting about this Sunday night, probably about 11 o'clock.
I think we're going to have to organise with Luke and have some sort of Skype meeting. And
yeah, we are urgently because
definitely
the questions. It's just I can't sleep thinking about things like this.
Shane's lady. Oh, Stephen Reel. I've got to stop the show now. Stephen Reel. That's Shane's mate Stephen. He's just said, "Are you ready? Shane's lady makes lovely cake."
Oh God, we're going to be on here till 11 now.
I'll send you the picture of the one she's made today for the little girl's birthday.
Do you call her Marlade?
Malady. No, I don't.
Honestly, everyone in Stokies, they all call you Duck, and they call the partner. I can't say it. It's my lady, but it's like Marlada.
My lady.
I can't do it. Marlada.
Like Parker from Thunderbird.
John Clayton said, Dave, don't forget the British Ironworks Centre at British Ironworks Centre. Art museums for a great day out. I can't even remember where that is. He did tell me. So, right. Anyway, if you Tony's going to resend it. Thank you very much, Tony. What's the private messages? Oh, right. Okay. Shane needs a wee, so we best go.
I need a wee big time again.
Thank you all. Don't forget to pop onto the Big Detecting Show Facebook group to enter the competition, which is in the announcements at the top. I will post a reminder this week. Please set this message in April, apparently. Yeah, it's been a long year. Obviously, contact myself or Adrian if you want to come on the show. And I still need to speak to Sid Perry and get him on. Kerry says bladder of his shrew. I call people spider bladder when we go out and people are drinking. They have to go to the toilet all the time. Spider bladder. Shane, it's been a pleasure, and I hope to meet you in person very, very soon. Seeing we're only about 10 miles away from each other, so we'll sort that out, no problem. Thank you to all of the viewers tonight and listeners when this is put into podcast form over the weekend. Please look us up on History Revisited. That's not Sid Perry. Please look us up on as well the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine. We got a free app. We have at least 3 new articles a day. Adrian, what do you think of the articles on the big Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine?
Dave, it's lovely toilet reading, and I don't mean that in the wrong type of way, but rather than listening to all the new horrible news that's going on in the world, just go on the ArkMD Mag website, get the app, click on the news, and you'll find out things you never knew. It's all good stuff. And Mr. David does a great job of putting it together. It's all interesting finds. And I reckon Shane might have one on there soon again.
Shane's already got one there, but I'm going to have to tap
Another
him on
one.
something. There's a fantastic one that we put on last night called How to Use LiDAR, GeoHack, Tide, and Old Maps. And this was off the back of a show that we'd done with Tony Kaywood earlier. I think it was the end of last year, actually. But we've compiled a list of information, and we've got Tony's videos on there as well, all about researching things. So pop over and have a look at that. In fact, I'm waffling on. Good night, everybody. Absolute pleasure. And we'll play out with Mr. Bean. Good night, Adrian. Good night, Shane.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you both. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Shane. Cheers, mate.
Bye, Shane.
Oh, hello. Oh. What's all? Oh.